Hello everyone and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this. Ripple executive confronts YouTuber Mark Moss in defense of XRP. Former Director of Developer Relations Matt Hamilton has challenged popular YouTube blogger Mark Moss on the subject of XRP and Bitcoin. Moss initially questioned the bullish thesis of the XRP community, tied in his view to the theory that the cryptocurrency would be in demand as it helps banks transfer money faster. Instead of accepting freedom money, Bitcoin, they opt for XRP, the blogger facepalms. In Hamilton's opinion, however, Moss does not fully understand XRP, which is why he asked him directly. As the former Ripple official himself explains it, XRP is needed to move value precisely without banks. That is the whole point of cryptocurrencies, Hamilton concluded his address. Now, that tells you, and I always been under the assumption that XRP is going to work as a trust layer in between two CBDCs in the future. And I believe that Mark Moss is just pushing that same Bitcoin maxi theory that Bitcoin is the freedom coin. Why invest in XRP? It's the slavery coin. Because Bitcoin maxis right now need something to hold on to. They're grasping for straws, coming up with crazy ideas to push to future retail investors. The problem is they're going to get a lot of new retail investors wrecked inside of Bitcoin because as time goes on, I still believe XRP is going to surpass Bitcoin. It's going to become more and more irrelevant as time goes on. XRP's Ripple chief legal officer calls out officials on crypto regulation. Stuart Alderoty takes a stand against officials' approach to cryptocurrency regulation, highlighting the potential consequences of their words and actions on the growing digital asset industry. He went on to talk about Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army. Now, I believe that as we get closer to the 2024 elections, crypto's going to play a bigger part than they think because more people are breaking away from the banks. Where are they putting their money? Physical gold and silver. If not that, the next option is crypto. And I believe more people are warming up to crypto as time goes on, more than they want to let on. I believe more people are investing today than ever before. So Bitcoin under Satoshi could have been a security too, says Johnny Deaton. If Satoshi had offered to sell 100,000 Bitcoin for $100,000 when he was the only or one of the only Bitcoin miners, it could have been considered an offer of unregistered securities, Johnny Deaton believes. This is the opinion that accompanied the pro-crypto lawyer and legal representative of XRP holders' latest criticism of U.S. regulators regarding the cryptocurrency market and current legislation in this area. Now, here's how I feel about this. I think if there was somebody out there that Gary Gensler can sue over Bitcoin or shake down, he would have called Bitcoin a security also. But because there's no money in it for him, I believe he just figured, well, I'll call Bitcoin a cryptocurrency and everything else is a security. That's how I think Gary is thinking on that whole matter. Hot job alert. We're hiring for several engineering roles, including senior managing engineer, liquidity, staff software engineer, finance engineering, senior manager, director, security engineering, and operations. This is Ripple. Now, you know what always made me feel very bullish around XRP and Ripple is the fact that they're tied up in this court case still, and yet they're hiring all the time. I always felt that that shows a sign of strength at Ripple because they also have that massive ad campaign going on as well. Blockchain-based solutions present a better way for both small, medium-sized businesses and enterprises to conduct cross-border transactions by introducing faster speeds, greater affordability, better transparency, increased certainty. Now, I believe Ripple is also going after enterprise and small business. It's not just the banks. You know, everybody talks about cross-border payments and bank-to-bank payments. There's going to be more in-house payments inside of big enterprise as well. People always forget that when they talk about the price of XRP. Now, remember when Gary Gensler said that they're going to kill 99.5% of crypto? And that's the only thing that Brad Garlinghouse and Gary Gensler can agree on. I have said publicly before that I think 99% of all crypto probably goes to zero. But there is 1% that I think is focused on solving a real problem for real customers and is able to do it at scale. Brad Garlinghouse. You know, I always see people shilling all of these meme coins still. And at some point, people will get stuck in them, waiting for the next run up. But what happens if regulations come and 99% of those meme coins disappear? A lot of people are going to get wrecked inside of there. And yet, people still don't talk about that at all. They just say it like as it's words, but it's much bigger. There's a lot of money tied into meme coins, and that money at some point is going to come out of there and flow into utility driven coins also. Rishi Sunak's year-old push to make the UK a crypto hub is being undermined by banks. And the same thing's going on over there that's going on here in the US. And they even talk about the Terra crash and FTX over there as well. But this is slowing everything down all throughout the world, not just here. Certain countries are feeling the same effects around regulations and the lack of regulations. So the UK is no different than the US. Elizabeth Warren, Bitcoin has no value because it's not backed by governments. Less value than art because you can't throw darts at it. So she's saying because Bitcoin you can't hold physically in your hand, and because it's not backed by a government, it has no value. In my opinion, honestly, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has more value than the US dollar at this point, in my opinion, because let me tell you something. Our US dollar is backed by nothing but debt and propped up by empty promises. And I would never want to buy into anything that's backed by the government. That's why I don't hold USD. Can everyone please share their opinion with Senator Warren on crypto and how it's affected you and your life? You could sound off here, and you see it right there, warren.senator.gov. And I urge people to go and give her your opinion on crypto. Hong Kong could become the new crypto hub as U.S. regulations push companies away. So yesterday I mentioned El Salvador. Today it's Hong Kong that's being talked about. You know, these countries are going to steal innovation away from the U.S. if somebody in Congress doesn't do something soon. Because I believe the way that they're approaching crypto in this country, they're just killing it. And they want anybody that's holding crypto out. That's why they're closing off the on-ramps. And they're going to do that through that Restrict Act. Wait and see. And then later they're going to close the off-ramps once enough people get out of crypto. The people still holding it, I don't know what our options are going to be in the future, but I do know our crypto is going to become very valuable. And a lot of people are going to leave the US. I'm talking about regular citizens that absolutely love crypto, want to continue investing in it. They're going to go to a more crypto-friendly country as well. I see people talk about it all the time. Morning Coffee Crypto Read, where the U.S. government went wrong in regulating crypto. Now, there's so many places they went wrong in this, but I want to point out one thing in here. So, in 2008, the U.S. Treasury Department spent approximately $245 billion to stabilize, aka bail out banking institutions. As a result, we printed money, which created inflation and triggered a recession. I was one of thousands during the great financial crisis who couldn't find a job after graduation, moved back home before going to grad school. This year is looking to be more of the same. Last week, the Fed added $300 billion to the balance sheet, bringing its total debt to $8.6 trillion. Crypto was not only born of that financial crisis, but has emerged as an alternative. Why do I use crypto? Because the dollar is inflationary, full stop. In Puerto Rico, eggs are currently $7.50 a dozen, and it's just a matter of time until the price goes to $10. That alone should be reason enough to explore other forms of currency. And they know people are looking to get away from the banks. That's why they want to crush crypto. They don't want the banks to crash yet. When it's time for the banks to fully crash down and fall apart, then they're all of a sudden here in the US, I feel they're going to open their arms and welcome crypto in, because that's the only thing that's going to save this country when it all falls apart. Why is Coinbase holding so much XRP? Fidelity and BlackRock are also involved. They know what's coming. And if you look at these numbers, there's massive amounts of XRP here. And the list goes on and on. And I believe that at some point, Coinbase is definitely going to relist XRP. People keep doubting it, but I know they're not going to miss out on all that FOMO money that's going to pour into crypto soon. And on top of that, I feel that they know something much bigger is about to happen around XRP as well. Otherwise, they would turn their back on it like everyone else. Coinbase launches campaign to make the US crypto friendly. This is also going on at the same time. So they're holding a ton of XRP and they want the US to be crypto friendly at the same time. Can you see the narrative shifting around this? Can you see where XRP is going in the future? You know, as an XRP holder, most of you already know what you hold. But it's much bigger. The picture is so much bigger than what we think. There's a ton of money in this world, and XRP is going to be tied to an awful lot of it. It cannot be sitting at a low price. Anybody who tells you XRP is never going to get above this price or that price because of market cap, I believe they're totally wrong. And I also believe a utility run is going to happen as well at some point. It's just a matter of time. And when it does, look out all those Bitcoin maxis. They're all going to be crying then, watching XRP skyrocket while Bitcoin sits stagnant. Because let me tell you something, it has no utility. Where's it possibly going to go in the future? It has no use case. It's not going to be tied to the new financial system either. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.